How to grow your electrical business for free. Obviously not something I'm going to do very often is give people the roadmap to do this stuff themselves, but in this instance, it was a favor for a friend. So I'm going to just detail what I talked to this guy about. So the backstory is last week I had a phone consultation with a guy who's an electrician in Upper Hutt, New Zealand, which is a little place down near Wellington, part of Wellington. So I knew the guy was going to get in touch quite some time ago because a great friend of mine down there had told me he'd referred me on. It took him ages to reach out, which is always a bit of a concern because I think, okay, this person isn't really desperate to win here, otherwise I would have called straight away. But I'll tell you what we did with this guy. Now, we ascertained really quickly that his budget was pretty much zero. So he talked about a few things, and I said, look, our bottom package is this per month. It sounds like that's got at least one too many zeros on it for you. He said, look, I really can't afford that. I said, that's fine, but let's spend 20 minutes on the phone and unpack what you are doing and potentially what you should be doing that will help you for free, but it's going to take a bit of time. Okay, you can't just expect free results with no effort, no time. That just doesn't happen in any walk of life. But with this instance, you probably can get results given time due to the lack of competition down there. Well, you might think it's competition. Let's have a look in a second. Tell me what you think. So the budget was pretty much zero. So we decided early in the call that we weren't a great fit. I'd love to have the ability to just help people for free, but it doesn't work that way. I've got bills to pay. The desire on his level was moderate. So why help out this guy? Well, because he's a friend of a friend, and I thought it's the right thing to do. So he's an electrician down here, which is a place, Upper Hutt. If you look at Upper Hutt, it's kind of Wellington's down there. And if you're watching this from somewhere else, this is New Zealand. It's a long way from everywhere. Upper Hutt's right up here. So this guy in particular is out here. So that's his listing out just out of Upper Hutt. So he does appear on Google Business Profile, which is good, but there's plenty of people around that have got more reviews, etc., that probably get the phone calls that he's after, but not currently getting. Now, there's a few other wiggle factors with this guy. Wiggle factor one was he moved from way north down here not that long ago. So had to get his Google Business Profile readdressed, which took him off the maps listing for quite some time. That's a real issue. You change address, you're off for a while, you need to reinstate. That's just how it goes. Thing number two, and this is a bit of a biggie, has no website. Doesn't want a website, just wants to exist on Google Business Profile and potentially a Facebook page if I can twist his arm. So what are we going to do with this guy? It's not that difficult. The first thing I had to talk to him about was the fact that you can rank well on Google Business Profile without a website. You've got to have a few other things to help it rank well. You've got to work the listing well, and you've got to have other signals pointing to the listing, for example, a Facebook page. That's the bare minimum. Look, if you can't run a Facebook page and a Google Business Profile, are you really going to run a business? That's my question. It's a harsh question, but that's how I feel. I think you need to have at least the ability to run a couple of things. So even so that people who do refer you or talk about you can say, I use this guy, here's his Facebook page. I use this guy, here's his Google Business Profile. It's not out of the realms of possibility that people should do at least those two things. So thing number one was, let's talk about your GBP, your Google Business Profile, and let's talk about your social media presence, because that's going to help you win, but it's going to take a while. So the next thing for this guy was, go and get on my free stuff. Go to my YouTube channel, go to Substack, go to the blog, read a few things, go to Gumroad, get a free resource of mine, download the stuff and do the work. Okay, if you don't have the money, then you've got to learn it yourself. That's how it goes, guys. If you don't have a golf coach, you've got to figure out golf yourself. If you don't have a fitness trainer, you've got to figure out fitness yourself. So it's exactly the same as fitness. You need to do some learning and figure out the best approach. But outside of that, I said to him, look, obviously we can try and shortcut this as much as we can. So let's try and do that for you. Let's give you the real basic 1 or 2 steps you can do consistently that will help you win on these platforms and get you some more calls and jobs, because I get it. You know, you want to just have the short track to success. Makes perfect sense to me. So the next thing was, I said, look, you know, you're going to have to sit down at a time of your choosing. I'd said, hey, Monday, 10:30 every week. Pick a half an hour slot every week. Get your diary out, book it in now for the next 26 weeks. half a year. Okay, book it in. Because very quickly we talked about a couple of things that he'd done in the past. For example, getting Google reviews. We talked about that and he said, oh yeah, I tried that a few years ago. And I said, it's kind of like going to the gym a few years ago, isn't it? You go to the gym, you probably got sore the next day, you didn't really get fit. You can't just go to the gym once, you've got to continue to do the work. So let's just lose that mindset of, I've done that, because it's not a done that thing. It's a, I'm actively doing that thing. You can't just get Google reviews once. You have to go and farm them as often as possible if you want to win in this game. So that was the next thing. We said, book a time. Pick a time, 10:30 Monday, boom. So this is the first thing I want you to do. Every time you go and do a job, whatever it might be, before and after photos on your phone. That's all. It might be replacing lights, before and after. It might be switchboard, before, after. It might be install a security system on a door, before and after. Just get before and after photos of every job that you do. Check with the client that that's okay. Make sure there's nothing in the background of the photo that gives away any privacy concerns or anything of that nature, but just get a before and after photo every single job you do. Now, you could apply this to plumbing, you could apply this to any other trade, anything at all, lawn mowing, etc. Anything that has a before and after, get them on your phone. Just get in the habit of doing a before and after on every single thing that you do. Now, the next step is that I would suggest you go and grab a social media tool like Publer and hook up a couple of free accounts. For example, Google Business Profile and Facebook for this guy. Go to Publer and download it. And then once you've got these photos, get them onto your places. Okay, so do before and after. Maybe use Canva, like I use over here for my thumbnails, and make little images at work with a before and after on there and get them onto your places. This is really important because you want to take advantage of the fact that Google sees these images and likes them. You want to take advantage of the fact that people want to go and see evidence of your work. They want to make sure that you can do the things that you say you can do. The next step is simply go and email every person you worked for and ask for a review. So in this little half an hour slot, you're going to spend 10 to 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, downloading photos and sending them to Google Business Profile, Facebook, maybe even Instagram as well. If it's New Zealand, those three are probably fine. If it's another country, it might be different. But Facebook and Google Business Profile as a starting point will be the main thing. Do this for at least 6 months. The end. That's it. Okay, that's the whole story. So go and take photos, upload them, go and get reviews, get that cranking. Understand that 1 in 10 people might leave you a review, 1 in 5, 1 in 3, 1 in 20. It doesn't matter what the strike rate is. You simply have to ask every single person for a Google review. Say, hey, it's John the Sparky. I worked on your house. Have you got any feedback? Was it good? Was it crap? Whatever. If you've got a spare second, I'd love a Google review. It helps me grow my business and it helps me learn more about how to get better to serve you better in the future. Okay? And then do that for 6 months. This is the step that trips people up. I don't know what it is, but social media has tried to trick people into it's all really easy and fast when it's not. It's hard and slow. Okay? It's the same as golf. It's the same as fitness. Everything. It's hard and it's slow. It's not easy and fast. So just get this 2-step process going and do it every week. Otherwise, change your mind, hire us, and we'll do it for you. Okay? But for this instance, and for loads of you people out there, I understand you're in a small business. You simply don't have the budget to do this stuff. There's a whole bunch out there you can read and learn and do. But if you just do these couple of things and do it consistently, that is the magic trick for everything. Do it consistently, week after week after week until your eyeballs hurt. It'll pay off. I promise. If it doesn't, I'll send you a wine of your choice. Just let me know after 26 weeks and give me an address and it's yours. That's the video. Get into it. Let me know what happens after 6 months. Did you like the video? I'd love to hear. Cheers, guys. Bye for now.